This guide is going to show you how to go from a brand new character to level 50 in Diablo 4 in just 1 hour. After beating Diablo 4 with my first character, I really wanted to start over and try a different class, but was nervous about having to do the grind from scratch all over again. However, my friend showed me this power leveling strategy that helped me jump my second character all the way to level 50 insanely fast. Some quick disclaimers: this method does require that you've already completed the Diablo main story with at least one character. If you haven't done this yet, I'd honestly recommend just doing the story and taking your time, because it's actually really good. And secondly, you're gonna need a friend with a character at a pretty high level. Ideally, it's best if your friend is level 100. I'm sure most people don't actually have a friend at level 100. That's okay. As long as your friend is level 70 or so, at least, it'll still work. It might just take a little bit longer. Here's how this is gonna work. Build your new character and opt to skip the story. At this point, make sure you invite your friend to your party and then enter the World Tier 3 Capstone Dungeon in Kyovashad. Kyovashad? What you're gonna do is just literally stand at the entrance of the dungeon and have your friend power right through it, melting all the enemies. You're still gonna collect experience in the dungeon, even if you're not fighting the monsters. And once your friend beats the final boss, you get to unlock World Tier 3 for your character. Once you've completed the dungeon, set the difficulty to World Tier 3. And now your friend is gonna teleport to Fate's Retreat. From there, they will go over to the Fallen Temple, which is the World Tier 4 Capstone Dungeon. Once they enter the dungeon, you guessed it, you can teleport to them again, and the same principles apply here. You're going to stand at the entrance of the dungeon while your friend speed runs through it, defeating all the enemies and beating the final boss. You're again gonna gain a ton of levels, and honestly, by this point, you're probably gonna be over halfway to level 50 because your party member is crushing level 70 plus level monsters in these dungeons. After your friend completes the World Tier 4 Capstone Dungeon, you will again go back to Kyovashad and raise the difficulty to World Tier 4. And from this point forward, the plan is pretty simple. You're going to run dungeons together until you get to level 50. Some dungeons do offer better experience than others, but if I tell you the best dungeons to run by now, by the time you watch this video, Blizzard may have already patched it like they've done a bazillion times so far. So I would recommend going to YouTube and looking up what the best dungeons are to run at the time that you're watching this, because there's a good chance it may have changed. Now, to speedrun these dungeons with your friend, all you're gonna do is have your buddy teleport to the nearest waypoint, go to that dungeon, you will then teleport to them. You're gonna stand in the beginning of the dungeon just as before. Also, I should mention, drink potions, so you get 5% bonus experience. You can do that for the previous steps as well. It'll give you a little bit of a faster leveling process. Stand in the first room of the dungeon, let your friend clear it for you, get your levels. When the dungeon is complete, use the emote wheel to leave the dungeon, go back to the entrance, leave the game, rejoin the game, add your friend back to your party, walk back into the dungeon, and do it all again. You should be able to speedrun these dungeons pretty fast as long as your friend is a pretty high level, and the higher level they are, the more experience you're gonna get faster. Again, if you do this process with someone who's level 100, you're gonna get level 50 within an hour. If you have someone who's a little bit lower level, it might take 2 or 3 hours, but it's still insanely fast and definitely worth it to skip the initial grind in the game and get your character to where you wanna be pretty quickly. Now, if you're looking for friends to help you run through dungeons like this, I would consider joining the Diablo Discord server, which I will link below. And you can also join our Discord server as well, where we do have some people who also really enjoy playing Diablo together for fun. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and check out this other awesome video that you may enjoy as well. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day.